Whew. All right, what's good, YouTube? I want to touch on this real quick. Has anybody noticed about all these awards that Adam Silver and the NBA is coming up with nowadays? You know, I assume my demographic is somewhere around my age, around the 20s, early 30s, something like that. You guys know how much a championship means to these athletes, whether it's the Larry O'Brien Trophy, the Vince Lombardi Trophy, if you're talking about the NFL, the Stanley Cup, all these trophies, man. And the championship rings are one of the most important awards in any sport that you're talking about. So why the fuck do these Summer League championships exist? I don't understand this. Shout out to my homeboy from New Orleans. He was watching the Summer League this whole time. To be honest, I wasn't paying nowhere near the attention as he was during the Summer League. I was just checking out a few games here and there. I definitely was checking out Victor Wembanyama for at least a couple games just to see how he is and how he plays. Look, I'm going to be real with y'all. And you guys let me know down in the comments section, right? Do all these awards that the NBA is handing out, is it in a way devaluing the value of an actual NBA championship? I just thought about that as soon as I got the news from my homeboy that, the Summer League now have their own rings and, all this other bullshit. It's one thing for them to have their own trophy. I can understand that. But to have their own rings? Are you serious? I really don't know what to say of this, man. I really don't know. 'Cause it's almost like, okay, you got all these awards, but in a way it's affecting the main award that every player wants to go for. And then, apart from the Summer League, right? Apart from the Summer League, you got this stupid-ass in-season tournament, which I'm not going to lie, I still don't give a fuck. I don't know what the hell's going on with that. Now, apparently it's all about, Group A, Group C, and, this in-season tournament counts towards your regular season. All this other bullshit, man. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I really don't. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? What the fuck is that even there for? And then you got, on top of that, now, it's one thing, I'll admit, I'll give credit where credit is due with the Eastern and Western Conference Finals, on them rightfully naming it the Larry Bird Eastern Conference Finals, and what is it? Is it the Magic Johnson Eastern Conference Finals Championship? I'll give them that for renaming it and all that. But to have a literal finals MVP for it, you see, with all these awards, man, I feel like they're constellation prizes. You guys know what I mean? It's almost like if these players, and you know what's crazy? How I think the crazy thing is, and I don't want to beat the dead horse because I'm sure a lot of YouTubers are saying this now, but all these players aren't really taking the game so seriously. So imagine if they actually get these awards, they wouldn't care less of a fuck about an NBA championship. How do I know? How do we know? Because someone like Joel Embiid last season cares about a fucking regular season MVP over a motherfucking championship, a literal title that you can bring to your city in Philly. In Philly. You know how many, and shout out, I have so many family members in Philly. Shout out to everybody from my dad's side that live in Philly. You know how much they've been hungry for a motherfucking championship in Philly, let alone the rest of these states, all these other teams that are in their state, how much they are hungry for a championship. You know, you guys know what I mean? Why the fuck would Joel Embiid or a player like Joel Embiid care about a regular season award, an individual award, mind you, over a literal championship? And this is one of my problems with what the NBA is doing. This is one of my problems that I have with Adam Silver. At least with David Stern, he left the game alone. He didn't need to make all these other awards and all these other constellation prizes for someone to be second place. He did make a few changes here and there. I think it was during the early 2000s, he changed the series to from 5 games to 7 games, or a best of 5 games to a best of 7 now. All, you know, stuff like that. And of course the expansion teams and all that. But Adam Silver, man, it's almost like he's doing this to save all these players' egos so they won't either get clowned on Twitter by us, clowned on the media by us. You guys know what I mean? All this shit doesn't make fucking sense, man. It really doesn't. And the fact that they gave the summer league. Now, it's one thing. It's one thing to give to have a summer league to have their own championship. That's something I don't have a problem with. But for them to have rings on top of that, the Cleveland Cavaliers just won the Summer League championship. These motherfuckers got a championship before Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Jared Allen. I think Karis LeVert is still on that team. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Evan Mobley. I think Ricky Rubio is still on that team. These motherfuckers got a ring before them. Before them. What's next? Are they going to have a championship celebration in tip-off? Are they going to have a championship banner next to 2016? Someone explain that, man. I don't understand this. To me, I don't know, man. This is just nonsense. It's bullshit. It's bogus. It doesn't make sense. The NFL doesn't have this shit. You don't see Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady when they won their AFC championship games. They didn't have a fucking, in a AFC championship MVP. You know what I mean? Or the preseason's coming up, right? You don't see them having a goddamn preseason ring. And you know what I fear the most? You know what I would fear the most? Imagine if the kids nowadays are watching this and they're going to be like, oh, well, Isaiah Mobley is obviously better than Patrick Ewing. He's obviously better than Charles Barkley. He's obviously better than, you know what I'm saying? Oh, all because this guy has a ring and these guys don't. You guys get what I'm saying? That's my problem, man. It's like, it's just a whole bunch of more nonsense that you have to put context in. And the younger demographic that the NBA has are just going to think that these players are better than players of the past or players in our generation, the 2010s. They're going to say that this guy is better than Dwight Howard. All because he has a championship and Dwight Howard doesn't. Or hey, this guy that won the championship, the Summer League championship, he has a ring on top of it. This guy is better than DeMarcus Cousins. You guys remember how good DeMarcus Cousins was before he, what was it? Did he break his, what was it? I think it was his Achilles. Imagine that. And then you got, just like myself, you guys are going to get frustrated. You're going to get a headache just like me. And at times, you just might want to think you want to punch this person in the face because of how stupid they just sound. How idiotic it is. It doesn't make sense, man. I don't understand it. I don't know why this was even made from the start. Not the Summer League, the championship ring. I don't know why. But all this, man, just to make these players happy, man. All of it. To make them happy. That's all I gotta say, man. I'm out.